The reason why your mom is so toxic is because anger is the only emotion taken seriously in a black household. Unless you're having an outburst, you're not going to be taken seriously. You can't be sad or depressed because, according to your mom, there's no reason why you should be. You're a kid with no bills. There's no reason you should be sad. She's saying that because she wants control over you. She trained you to not use your voice, not to talk back. I know you're tired of hearing, at the end of the day, that's still your mother. The Bible says, honor thy mother and thy father. They brainwashed you to stay loyal to family even though they mistreat you. Today, we're gonna make you aware of the tactics that your mother uses on you to control you by using the 48 laws of power. Law 39, create chaos to gain advantage.
School ain't gonna help none. Take your ass down to the welfare. Precious! 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 Get down here, You're a dummy. You will never know shit. Don't nobody want you, don't nobody need you. I should have aborted your mother, because you ain't shit. I know the day the doctors put you in my goddamn hand, you wasn't a goddamn thing, and you had that smirk on your face.
The mother is using fear tactics to gain control. First, she used physical violence to establish superiority. Then, she called her downstairs while violently kicking things to train her nervous system to respond instantly, which will mess her up later in life. And that's what makes females attracted to street dudes, because getting controlled feels normal, mistaking chaos for chemistry. And that's why they don't like the good guy, because peace feels boring when all you ever grew up around was dysfunction. Because now her nervous system is attracted to what feels normal. Then her mother messed up her nervous system even more by attacking her self-worth.
You're a dummy. You will never know shit. Don't nobody want you, don't nobody need you. And then you're gonna give it to her. Put the candy back on the floor. So stupid. Just like her dumb ass.
Her mother is jealous that she's good at math and has a fear that she might become independent and lose control over her daughter.
I want to talk to you about your education. I spoke to Mr. Wicker, and he told me that you're one of his best math students.
So she used Law 33, identify their weak spot, to degrade her. That way she can maintain control over her, telling her to go to the welfare office instead.
School ain't gonna help none. Take your ass down to the welfare.
Don't make your parents put doubt in you. Think about it, they never did anything with their lives, so they want you to be like them. Never make a person who never did anything with their lives tell you how to live yours. Another example of Law 33, identify their weak spot.
You ain't cooking no collard greens with the 6 feet? You eat it.
I'm not hungry though.
Yes, you is. Precious, if you don't get this goddamn plate, since you it up, you gonna eat it up.
The mother fears being outshined, so she forced her to overeat so she can put on more pounds, which will make her less confident and less attractive. A lot of toxic mothers will try to trick you into control by saying other kids respect their mother, making you feel like you're the only one that has a problem with her way of thinking. If she makes you believe that no one else sees the issue but you, you will be less likely to speak up again. It's a way for her to maintain control by making you feel like you're losing yours. The best defense against this, awareness. Mind games only work when you don't know you're playing one. Now you know. Law 31, limit their choices.
Look who home.
Michael.
You ever wonder why your mom dates bums? Your mom dates bums because she wants to build him up. Single mothers are all about control. So they purposely date down because somebody that's lower than her will accept her. For some context, her boyfriend sexually abused Michael when he was a kid. And then she gonna let him back in the house and say,
People change, Michael.
people change? She knows what her boyfriend did, but she'll never admit it. In psychology, they call these people narcissists. A narcissist cannot allow themselves to admit that they did something wrong. She thinks she's justified for bringing him back in the home. I'll show you an example. Pay attention.
Do you think that men can get pregnant? Yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get pregnant? Can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of...
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you.
You see how she's unable to answer a yes or no question? The reason why is because a narcissist's brain justifies it, because changing their perspective feels like admitting defeat. No matter how much evidence you show, the mind filters out facts that threatens their opinions. So even though Michael's mom knows he was touched, she twists it, rationalizes it, or rejects it. I'll show you another example. Law 5, protect your reputation.
You trying to make some real cheese? Me and Paul gonna get it on with Tiff. Keep an eye out. I don't want Mrs. D creeping up. Feel me?
Hey, Paul, him on now.
Hey, yo, Tiff, baby, I got 50 Cent too.
Yo.
Damn, all three at once? You know she could. You know me, I know you could. I ain't even do nothing.
You stood lookout while 2 8th grade boys an 8th grade girl.
But she wanted to.
That's not what Tiffany says.
You see what I mean? The girl truly believes it wasn't consensual. When the boys didn't say hi, her brain went into survival mode, which makes lying, stealing, and betrayal justifiable. She starts feeling like maybe they told the whole school I'm easy, so she did Law 5 so she can look like the victim. People will go that far to protect their beliefs. That's why you should never trust nobody who go based off how they feel. And that's why I said street dudes and females are the same. They both run off emotion. That's why the men make stupid decisions that land them in prison, and the women being single mothers, repeating the cycle of dysfunction. Now, let's talk about your nervous system. The nervous system is the reason why street dudes who are raised by a single mother respond fast when something bad happens without thinking, because their mother trained them to react quick instead of thinking, or there'll be consequences. It subconsciously teaches them unpredictability. That's why they're ready to take your life for stepping on their shoes. They felt powerless as a kid, so they compensate for it by looking for trouble. Then they don't want more for themselves. They're dealing with internal conflict due to their mother telling them that they're accidents.
I should have aborted your mother, because you ain't shit. I knew the day the doctors put you in my goddamn hand, you wasn't a goddamn thing.
That's why they'd rather rob the next man, steal the next man's car, but refuse to get jobs because their mother destroyed their self-identity, making them feel worthless. So they always have an inner voice telling them they'll never amount to anything. That's why they don't want to strive for more and be better, because success feels unsafe to their nervous system. It's like this: growth equals risk. Risk equals potential punishment to them. Why? Because that's how their mother conditioned them. The nervous system only wants what feels familiar, and that's why they'd rather rob you instead of getting a job at Burger King, you feel me? Before you came to Earth, your soul signed a contract that stated who your parents would be, the location you were born, and the traumas you experienced. In order to come to Earth, you signed that contract. So nothing in your life has been random. You chose everything. So parents who gave you trauma, you chose that. Growing up in poverty, you chose that. The reason why is because you are a soul living a human experience. This body is not you. You are a soul. And the soul's main objective is to evolve. And Earth is soul school. You came here to experience trauma, pain, suffering, so that you could evolve. So you chose parents who didn't love you, so you could learn to love yourself. You chose an environment that was unsafe, so you could find safety within. You chose your traumas so you could learn self-confidence. Learning these allow your soul to evolve and ascend. So if you choose to blame your mom or blame the higher powers at the top for why you're 30 and still living in the hood, or you choose to blame your absent father for why you're going on drills, if you choose to keep pointing the blame, you're gonna stay stuck where you at forever. First, you have to detach from the old way of doing things. The old way of doing things is the past. That's why we call it past. Stop identifying with your past. That's not you anymore. Whatever you wanna be it. People gonna say you're not that, but get away from those people because they don't believe in you. If I wake up tomorrow and say I'm a firefighter, I'm a firefighter. And whoever don't treat me like I'm a firefighter, you're gonna be the first fire I put out. Create your new life. It's a reason why they got you focused on these e-files. Focus on Lil Durk. You singing they lyrics. You creating they new. When you gonna focus on you? You gotta stop being a consumer and start being a creator. A real man is a very logical man, not an emotional man. But your mom don't know that because she never grew up with a true masculine figure in her life. She shares the same low emotional maturity as these thugs. So that's why she's quick to give him her car, quick to move him in, even though he's a bum, because anger is the only emotion taken seriously in this environment. That's why you never see an abusive man single. Why you think a lot of young men who are raised by a single mother are zesty? Because they're pulling off that same energy that their mother gives, over emotional. Why you think women are the only ones uplifting Batiman? Because the dark powers at the top understood that if you want to conquer any race of people, you must remove the alpha male personalities in the men.
If you want to completely take over a planet, the first thing that you have to do is you have to take out the alpha males or the strong males from the planet. Through television and films, how they are feminizing men more and more and more. You'll see women dressed up, men dressed up in female clothes.
So they understood that you destroy a society by making discipline cringe, make truth offensive, make masculinity shameful, and make families unstable. But off this last one, they made the woman a direct catalyst to inject dysfunction into society. And that's exactly why your toxic mother competes with you. She claims that she loves you, but she really hates you because you remind her of everything she's not. She tells everybody you don't listen, but that's because she's competing with you, because she trained you to be weaker than her and you're still better than her. And that's why when she's out of your control, she panics, because narcissists can't be without control. So every time she loses control over you, she shames you, she degrades you, tries to make you feel bad about yourself. Then, as soon as you cut her off, she frames you. She tells your business to strangers and doesn't mention anything she did because she has a fear of criticism. Manipulation feeds on insecurity. This video is about being self-aware. And when you're self-aware, you become hard to manipulate. Your mom will never take accountability for doing you wrong. You won't get clarity, you won't get closure. Focus that energy on becoming the best version of yourself. And after all, it's not really her fault. The world conditioned them to make decisions based off how they feel. And that's why they watch Love and Hip Hop and Love Island all day, because it controls how they feel and it makes them forget about how to think. They crave excitement. They don't want a peaceful life. They crave excitement. They want all types of drama. And that's why they try to reenact what they see on Love and Hip Hop. But that's why whenever something bad happens to you, she quick to tell her friends. The women don't understand. They're more powerful than a man. They use the right side of their brain more, right side, righteousness. The enemy understood that, and that's why they programmed them to think a certain way. And that's why the average woman would rather have beauty than brains, because the average man can see better than he can think. So it's our fault too for egging it on. So now they're using mothers to weaponize their own community. They manipulated them into thinking that they're being strong and independent, but they really just isolated them and made them fight against their own and disrespect their men. They're under a spell. Why you think they treat every other race with the utmost respect? Because they're under a spell. That's why they support Batiman. The women aren't raising children anymore. They're programming them. Daughters repeating the same cycles, becoming baby mamas, sugar daddy culture, selling box. Your sons lack leadership and self-respect due to not having a masculine force in the household who knows how to control their emotions. They made the woman the perfect catalyst to inject dysfunction into the children so the cycle can be repeated. So if you're in a toxic environment right now with a toxic mother or a toxic anybody, don't focus on changing the environment. You think if you get in a better environment, then everything gonna change. But nah, because it will still be the same you. Focus on changing yourself. You can still do it in that bad environment. And when the Most High feel like you ready, he gonna put you in a better environment.